Hi there everyone. Today I'm gonna tie a very small, nice sand eel fly. This is kind of like the Jiggy, if you know that one, but it's gonna be a lot easier because we're gonna use one of these very cool Flyman fish skulls. Very nice material. So, well, first of all, I've attached a bit of tying thread to the hook shank to ensure that my materials has something to grip on and to hold on to, like that. And the first thing we're gonna use is a good old classic die-hard bucktail. Bucktail is very nice because it's kind of stiff, so it will support and protect the rest of the wing, and also looks very good and very realistic in the water. So I'm just going to take a bundle of this. I'm not going to use a hair stacker or anything because that will kind of ruin the effect I'm going for here. So the original Jiggy is made exclusively from bucktail, but I think this variant, this pattern here works better because it's more transparent. I'm going to show you exactly why. So I'm taking my bucktail here, and I'm applying that so it's laying loosely all the way around the hook, and I'm gonna make some not that tight turns at first, and then I'm gonna slowly make everything right, because otherwise bucktail has a tendency to, as you can see in front of on the front end of the fly here, to kind of like stand out in a fan. So we don't want that. We want it to be nice and tight along the hook shank here, like so. And just to be sure everything is completely tied down, I'm gonna apply a lot of pressure now. So, and some thread. We don't need to worry that much about thread for this pattern, because everything is going to be nice and covered in underneath our fish skull here. And so that's the base of the fly, our underwing. Next up, I'm going to take this incredibly cool material that's called Supreme Hair. This is nice, one of my all-time favorite pattern materials for baitfish, because it's very transparent. It looks completely like the real thing out in the water. It's also a bit stiff, so you can actually fish your fly at a very high pace without any problems. So I have a bundle of the Supreme Hair here. I took a small bundle so I have more, and then I just turned it over. This is a bit too much for my taste, so I'm going to take some of these off. This is a nice bundle, and as you can see, I made sure that all the lengths are uneven, so they will move independently of one another and not cling together. Like that. Making sure everything is nice and tight. Now you can see the shape of the body of this small baitfish beginning to emerge. And when you cut this off, this is actually, as you can see, kind of like a whole other wing. So if you want, you can just force that together with some saliva, and then you have your next wing ready. What I'm going to do is to add a bit of life. I'm going to use some of this new material. This is called Microlon, and it's unbelievably full of life and light, and will add a lot of vibrance to the fly. I'm going to do that in white as well, making sure the lengths here are uneven yet again. Turn this over like before. So I'm only taking half the amount I really want to save on the material costs. Put these here so they're a bit longer than the rest. So you'll have the tips of these moving out here in the back of the fly, like so. Gotta remove all of that. Applying some thread. All of this thread is going to be completely covered, so I think I said that already, but well, no harm in telling you again. So no need to worry about how this will look. Then I'm going to use some crystal flash, and since this is a sand eel, I'm going to use it in a green color. The crystal flash here from Hedron, the Ascent Flashaboo Ascent is well, first of all, it's very nice because it makes the fly come alive. It's soft, it's light, and it gives a lot of life to the fly, along with the microlon. But one of the other things that is completely awesome about this is the enormous amount of material you get in a packet. There is a reason why this is called the fat pack, and that is truly because there is an enormous amount of flash. If you buy one of these packets, you will have flash for like an eternity for these types of bait fish. So go out and do that. And yes, I am paid to say that, but well, yeah, that's how it is. Well, I'm not actually paid. I'm just receiving some free stuff from time to time. But well, that's worth taking as well. I don't mind that, I must say. So, adding a small bundle, and if you want your fly to be even more flashy, you can take this other part and turn it over and mix it with the wing. Otherwise, you can do what I do now. You can take it, cut it off, and well, then you actually have the material for the next wing. So when you tie one of these, what actually is going to be the best option for you. As you can see, I've now collected a lot of different stuff here, so I have for ready for the next fly. So tie these in pairs if you like. That will save a bit more on material as well. Finally, we're moving up towards the eye here. The final touch on this is we're gonna take some Supreme hair again in this time in olive, to make the finishing touch of this fly. Again, I'm gonna take about half of the amount I really need, double it like so. I've been using patterns like this a lot on the Danish coast for sea trout, but one of the places where this pattern really proved itself and really proved to be superior to almost any other fly types was in Venezuela, where I fished for bonefish in Los Roques. Very nice place, very beautiful place with a lot of big bones, and these supreme hair baitfish was absolutely completely superior to anything else because of the transparency of the fibers. The bonefish were what you would call educated bonefish. They'd seen a lot of flies in Venezuela, and that's why my flies with this supreme hair was superior to most other things because of the transparency of my flies. They simply looked more like the real thing than all the other flies did. Making a whip finish, and now I need to find my head here. And as you can see, there's a keel on this. So there is one side, there is the bottom side, and one side there is the upside. As you can see, this fits completely nicely over there. Running off the material here, and the way I'm gonna attach this is I'm gonna put a fairly large amount of super glue here, and then I'm simply gonna stick this on here. Nice and tight, like so. And if you want to be 100% certain that your head is never moving anywhere, you can just attach a bit of tying thread to the front of this. Make sure everything is fastened, like so. Making a whip finish again. Putting it tight. Cutting off. Adding a bit of varnish. And then the only thing left to do is to take a small amount of glue, super glue here, attached to the small groove that is already in the fish skull. Take the eye that is in the package. The fish skull comes along with eyes that fits the small groove. We're gonna do that on the other side as well, just for good measures. And well, there you have it. A small, easy, vivid, transparent, good looking, well fishing. It will get kind of like a Jiggy effect in the water because of the head, and the head here is not too heavy. It's all just under a gram, I think, which makes this easily castable on even a 6 weight. I use this on the Danish coastline with my 6 weight, and that is no worry, no problem whatsoever. So a nice fly, nice looking, nice fishing. Well, easily tied. So those were the words. Thank you for tuning in.